The Kenilworth Corridor lies on the western edge of the city of Minneapolis, between Cedar Lake and Lake of the Isles. For over 150 years, railroads have traversed the corridor, carrying freight from western Minnesota and the Dakotas into the city. Starting in 1998, the corridor also began to carry human freight, as Hennepin County constructed the Kenilworth Trail for non-motorized traffic, bicycles, pedestrians, and others. For 20 years, the trail served as a vital connector between the Midtown Greenway to the south and the Cedar Lake Regional Trail to the north. In 2019, the corridor was closed for construction of the Southwest LRT. Prior to that, the Cedar Lake Park Association filmed the corridor to document what it was like before its character was radically changed.
It is Tuesday, October 14th, 2014, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are headed along north along the Kenilworth Corridor on a beautiful fall afternoon. The purpose of this video is to document and preserve the Cedar Lake corridor, the Kenilworth corridor, pardon me. Prior to the construction, or the at least proposed construction, of the Southwest LRT, which will put this trail out of action for a number of years and will significantly alter the landscape. This is made possible by the Cedar Lake Park Association. One of the missions of the Cedar Lake Park Association, one of the objectives, is to preserve parks and trails, and we believe that one of the best ways to do that in this case is to preserve this trail by videotaping what it was like before, allowing people to see see what it was like, and hopefully serve as perhaps a bit of a guide as to what we would like to see. We are now headed over the Kenilworth Canal. This again will be all taken down and redone with a new bridge over the canal. We're now going to be heading out into a wider portion. As you could tell, that was a fairly narrow pinch point there. The corridor widens out quite significantly here for a while. This area, especially as we get past the bridge coming up, the Burnham Bridge that is coming up, it widens out significantly. It's because it used to be part of the lake itself. It was a shallow bay at one time, and gradually there was first a causeway that was put in, an earthen causeway that was put in to transport the original railroad track that came through the area. That was in 1867. The railroad used ash and part of the bluffs that we'll see coming up to fill in, and along with a decision to lower the lake considerably, the East Bay dried up and was used as a rail yard for many years and now is used as a fantastic trail. And the land surrounding it has, to a large degree, reverted uh, back to what we like to think of as parkland. What this all talks about is what William Cronin calls second nature, which is a human overlay on first nature environment. All of this is second nature. All of this has been reshaped by humans over the course of the last 150 years. The idea that we can just let it be, leave it as it is, begs the question, what is it? Instead, it's a part of a continuum. But you can kind of see off to the right here, there's another trail that borders the Kenwood Hills. And between that trail and this one, there's a considerable portion. And that's where over 19 large buildings and many small buildings, outhouses, things like that, were back from, well, starting in, I think, 1871 or 2. But especially in the late 1800s, the early 1900s. By 1912, it was pretty well fitted out. Many of them quite big buildings, and including a roundhouse here too. All those buildings were just smashed down when the railroad sold the land to Hennepin County, and so you can go in there and might be able to see. You can see just rubble. There's also fire hydrants and strange-looking devices all in that area I'm pointing to here. So this is how we're getting up to where we're going to meet the Cedar Lake Trail and Kenilworth Trail, actually, really. Yeah. In this portion, the railroad will be at grade here. So you'll have the 2 lines of the Southwest LRT plus the railroad itself. The Southwest LRT, this you may be able to see then, lies into the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, or BNSF, main line here, and they have rights along the line so that they can carry their cargo. So this is 394 up ahead here, and sort of the end of our journey here. So. It'll be a nice view of the prairie. So, hope you enjoy it.
Kenilworth Trail was officially closed on May 13th, 2019, and construction of the Southwest Light Rail Transitway began that summer. The work began with the clearing of thousands of trees along the corridor. The forest canopy had been replaced with huge mounds of wood chips. The vista created will anger some and please others, but the corridor was radically altered. It is now late fall of 2025. Much of the construction is completed. The tracks are laid and the transit stations erected, and much of the corridor has been repaved with trails as well. At the beginning of this project, A committee convened to create a landscape plan for restoring the corridor. The Cedar Lake Park Association participated on this committee and will be eager to see how the corridor is restored. Next spring, we plan to bike the new corridor with our camera to document the Kenilworth Trail once it is reopened, to create a then and now story of the Kenilworth Trail.